Hey guys, welcome to the Lean to the Left podcast, where we focus on the important social issues facing us today. Now, Donald Trump has wasted no time in pandering to his homophobic MAGA followers by targeting the LGBTQ plus community and undermining protections for these folks across the government. His actions have included banning transgender individuals from serving in the military, targeting gender ideology across government agencies, issuing an executive order defining sex as solely male or female, and restricting access to gender affirming care. The administration has rescinded executive orders and regulations that had advanced protections for LGBTQ plus people in areas like healthcare, housing, and education. So our guest today is Darrell Berry, who retired from the Army after serving in both the enlisted and officer ranks. He's the author of Early This Morning, a novel about efforts to get rid of gays in the military, and that's a pretty timely topic. Darrell has a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's in human resources, and a postgraduate diploma in strategic intelligence from the Defense Intelligence College. He served during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy era regarding gay service members and lives north of San Antonio, Texas, with his two rescue dogs. Darrell, thanks for joining us on the Lean to the Left podcast. You're joining me with my rescue dog, too.
Okay.
His name is Boomer. And he's not here. Where's Boomer, Jackie? And my wife, Jackie, is my studio audience. You just can't see her. Usually Boomer is in here, too. Yeah. Anyway, Darrell, you served in the military both as an enlistee and then as an officer. Did you experience anti-gay attitudes during your career?
Yes, although not all the time, but yes, there certainly were some periods. Of course, I served before Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and then a larger part of my service was in that time period of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which was 1994 through 2011. And Don't Ask, Don't Tell was simply it was still you still couldn't be gay and serve,
Right.
but it was just a intermediate period where superiors couldn't ask you if you were gay, and
Right.
you shouldn't tell them if you were gay. But there were many people that were discharged during that period of time because they were found out for whatever reason.
Is that
Many
right?
people.
Yeah.
And then also, they weren't allowed to have all the benefits once they were kicked out of a vet. Now, that did change later on in other administrations. They started getting them honorably discharged instead of something other than honorable.
Right.
Yeah, it was a very strange period of time. And yeah,
I'm sure it was. What branch of the service did you serve?
Army.
You were in the Army. Okay. And what did you do?
When I was enlisted personnel right at the very end of the Vietnam draft period, and I was a medic and an operating room technician.
Okay.
Then I got out, finished college, came back in as an officer, and I worked in the Medical Service Corps. We trained medical folks to be ready to deploy. And then later on in my career, I got into the intel field. It's called medical intelligence field, which is what prompted the book. The book deals with a little bit of biological agent warfare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask you what prompted you to write the book.
There are two reasons. One, the whole issue of being gay in the military and people trying to get rid of gays in the military. And since I was familiar with biological agents, I just put those two together and came up with a mystery novel.
Okay.
Let me say at the beginning, though, although when I worked in Intel, nothing in this book is a secret.
Okay.
It's all open source.
Okay.
It's fiction, but I certainly used a lot of memories and things that happened to me in the past to come up with this.
Yeah. Did you have like personal incidents that occurred that you included in the book?
Actually, yes. One thing in the book at the very beginning of the book, when there's a lot of high-ranking officers that are trying to spy, see, even though it's Don't Ask, Don't Tell, they're trying to spy and see if there's any gay people going to a certain bar. I had things happen where I would be in a bar and someone unbeknownst to me, but knew I was military, apparently, would come up to me and just say, they're here. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay.
They're here. That tells me military police, if someone's in the
Mhm.
area, be aware. Things like that happened. And so I included that in part of my story.
Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, how about giving us a little rundown on the plot and how it unfolds?
Okay, there's a small group of officers, generals in the Pentagon that are very homophobic and are always trying to figure out ways to get rid of gays in the military. And they're working with a small group of congressmen. They're doing the same thing. A mission comes down that's very dangerous, and it deals with going overseas, spying on a small country that we believe are developing biological agents in quantities large enough to weaponize. Well, as the planning goes on, it's so dangerous that it's doubtful that they can even do it because they think so many people will be killed. So they come
Mhm.
up with the idea, say, let's just gather a bunch of gay men and women, service members, up, train them up, and send them over. If they die, who cares? They're expendable.
Right.
So that's the plot. And then so the book goes how they gather everybody up, they spy on them, they put them in one company, and then the members of the company are gay and lesbian, and they start looking around and wait a minute, well, I think I've seen you somewhere. And so it becomes very apparent that it's a company of homosexuals.
Okay. All right.
So you've got that going on, and I don't want to give too much away. There's a mole in there that's not homosexual. But anyway, they deploy, and the congressmen are very interested in what they find out because this is going to be a big win for them if they can actually find out that this country is developing biological agents. That's on one hand, and on the other hand is it's just yeah, if one person dies, fine. If all of them die, it doesn't make any difference. We've got our information, and we're better off without those homosexuals in the army. But,
Okay.
so anyway, long story short, that's the plot.
Okay. All right. Sounds interesting. It reminds me of, I told you I was in the middle of producing a podcast just before we came on to do this. And that interview was with an author by the name of Steve Berry. And Steve Berry is a novelist he's got 40 books of long, short, various, all novels. And it's quite prolific. And he's got a book out called The List. And in the list, there's a company in Georgia that decided we have these expensive retirees and highly paid executives we need to get rid of their salaries. And so instead of firing them or giving them a buyout, they decide just to kill them off. And
Kind of the same type of deal here.
yeah, it is. I just think that's a hell of a plot. And I asked
It
him,
is.
Steve, how did you get this idea? And he said, I was working as a trial lawyer and I was representing this employee who was suing the company. And it occurred to me, what would happen if the company just decided, instead of fighting this guy and going to court, they just knock him off? And that was how the plot was born.
I'll be doggone.
Yeah.
If I'm, and he said it's called The List. I need to look at Steve Berry is not a relation to me at all. We're not related.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know him, but I
Uh,
know of him. I need to get in touch with him and say,
Oh, you should. Look, I just posted the thing on YouTube just 15 minutes ago. And so check that out.
I
I'll send
will.
you, matter of fact, I'll send you a link. But the thing here was really interesting. But we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about you. But I just brought that up because it was, yeah,
It is on the same. Yeah.
yeah. All right. What's the impact, in your opinion, of Trump's actions kicking transgender people out of the military service? What's the impact of
I've been on several podcasts discussing the book and what's going on now. And of course, at the time I wrote the book, I didn't know that we would be living through these days.
Sure.
But a lot of people have been reminding me of this as they read the book, that they're thinking, okay, it's a interesting, fast read mystery novel. But could something like this actually, is it possible that something like this actually happen again because of the current administration? And my answer is yeah.
Sure, it could.
Look what,
That's what they're all about.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
unfortunately.
yeah, it's and the whole Defense Department is going to trying to get women out of combat roles, which is the craziest thing that I've ever heard of because we've got so many wonderful combat female pilots.
Sure.
Our readiness would go down if we.
The same thing would happen with the transgender folks. And what if they decide that, okay, we're going to go back to getting gays out of here too?
That's the kind of the question that I wanted to leave with people when they read my book,
Yeah,
make them think, hey, is could this actually happen?
sure.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your overall views of Trump's attack on the LGBTQ plus community?
Let's just more than one step back.
Yeah,
It's quite a few steps
yeah,
backwards.
quite a
And
few.
in a lot of areas in LGBT and women,
Yeah.
I'm just hoping a prayer that we live through these next few years all right and can get on to something else. So it's definitely a step back. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what do you hope that you'll achieve with your book besides making a bunch of money?
I don't know about that. If you had asked me a while back what I would achieve, it's just I hope everyone enjoys a nice mystery, fast-paced mystery novel.
Okay.
Now then, though, today I say I hope everybody enjoys a fast mystery novel, but I also hope it makes them think about history and what could happen in the future.
Yeah. All right. I hope it makes them think about fairness because this administration just doesn't care about being fair to anybody except
Right.
themselves.
About being fair and not being afraid. They seem like they want people to be afraid of one another for their differences.
Really. Absolutely. Hey, you
It
got a
seems
question? I got another question for you. You're 75 years old, man.
I,
All right.
yeah,
Isn't that a little old to be starting off on a career as a novelist for crying out loud?
yeah, it is.
What'd you do it for?
I
What'd you do it for?
I felt
Because you
like
wanted to, right?
I felt like I had a good book in me.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. You got another
Yeah,
one in the works too, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, what is it?
That one is another mystery, and it's going to deal with a Lyft driver
All
and the
right.
people that he meets as the plot will be deeper than that. Like I say, it's going to be a mystery, but
Sure.
it's going to deal with this Lyft driver and all the characters that he meets
Uh-huh.
over a period of time driving for Lyft.
Uh-huh. Okay. Who published your current book?
This one, Atmosphere Press,
Okay.
which were wonderful. They're a hybrid publisher. Their editing is just great. The whole business was really fine. I loved independence. You pay for them to publish it. Or this Atmosphere Press did a wonderful job, yet I have control of the book.
That's great. That is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I self-published a book on Amazon and got no help at all from Amazon. Matter of fact, I couldn't even advertise it on Amazon because it had Trump's picture on the cover.
Yeah,
And they
I've
said it was
heard
too political.
you're not the only one that's told me that
Yeah.
about Amazon.
Anyway,
I would consider you need to consider Atmosphere Press. I don't hold any stock in them, but I'll tell you, they're really
I'm
good.
making a note of that because I have a novel in the works myself, and I'll check them
Wonderful.
out. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where can people find your book? It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon, really, that's the main. It's a little bit tricky trying to get it. Well, of course, in my local library,
Yeah.
they wouldn't allow the book, I'm sure. I'm here in Central Texas, so I don't think they would even
Just because
allow it.
it's got this plot that deals with homosexuals? Is that the reason?
Yeah, that and there's a few shady words. So I don't think they would at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, to answer your question, it seems Amazon,
Right.
it's so easy to buy anything off of
Yeah,
Amazon.
for sure. And hey, you guys, if you're interested in his book, I will put a direct link in the description of this episode so that you can just click on that and easily get it. So that'll be convenient for you. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Now, the other thing, could I just give you my website?
Oh yeah,
People can
absolutely, sure.
It's D Berry books.com.
Okay, and that's Berry.
Yeah, it's DBERRY
Uh,
books.com. All one,
got it.
all lowercase.
Yep. Okay. All right. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. And
Thank you.
if you have any other words of wisdom, lay them on me, man.
Oh, no. I hope everybody enjoys the book. And if they have any comments, whether they be negative or positive, if my website, let me know.
Okay.
And that'll help me out right in the next one.
That's great. All right. I appreciate that. Hey guys, I'm Bob Gaddy, founder and host of Lean to the Left. I'm excited to share our new book, Hijacked Nation, Donald Trump's Attack on America's Greatness, co-authored with political analyst and professor C.J. Waldron. In Hijacked Nation, we delve into the unfolding story of America's political landscape through a series of essays from leantotheleft.net. We explore how Donald Trump's presidency has transformed American politics, challenging our values and institutions. Hijacked Nation isn't just a book, it's a call to action. It invites you to reflect on what it means to be American in a divided political landscape. Together we can reclaim our nation's greatness. So get your copy of Hijacked Nation today. Visit leantotheleft.net and click on the Books tab to learn more and to order.